Ka'allah Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi Hashem, where Kakadash, all praise, honor, and glory go to the Most High Yahweh in the name of the Son Yahawashi. And I just wanted to come with this quick lesson, couple scriptures, maybe some definitions, right before I go into the plantation. This is 1 Corinthians 1, 10 and 9. And it says, nor shall we put Hamashiach to the test. I'm going to go back over to the KJV. I apologize. Let's go from the KJV. It says, neither let us tempt Hamashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. And I wanted to start there. I wanted to get to a point a little bit later down, but I wanted to go into temptations. Now, temptations is something that we receive while we're still in this body. You know, these human fleshly bodies. And it's going to continue to go on while we're on this earth. The one place that we're not going to receive temptation is in the heavens. You know, and also when the kingdom of heaven comes for those of the elect in the nation of Israel that are born through the loins of the elect. Because it says in the scriptures, and we're going to get real soon, the laws will be written on our hearts. But until then, there's no way we can be sovereign. There's no way we can be perfect. There's no way we can be untempted. Temptation comes only to mankind. And it says in this scripture, neither let us tempt Yahawashi. So how can we tempt Yahawashi? Let's look at, you know, it says in NLT, put to the test. And if you look it up in the Greek, it says, let us tempt. And it says G1598 is the word ekparazo. And it says to prove, test thoughtfully, to put proofs Yahweh's character and power. So how can we do that sometimes? Well, sometimes we can try to tempt the Lord by saying, hey, something is in the Lord's name. Something is ordained by the Lord. And, you know, let's just keep it real. You know, no one really knows what's going to happen next in this ministry until it actually happens. You know, we have the scriptures ahead of us. We understand the prophecies that are going to happen as far as MOTB, but nobody knows the day, the place, the time some of these prophecies are going to come into play. And we have some out there that think they can just play everything out the way that they see it in their heads. And if it doesn't go the way that they think in their heads because of what connection they think they have with Hamashiach or the Father, then they get a little emotional. They get a little bit disturbed in their spirit. And if you challenge them on it, then they say that you're wrong. You know, well, this is a form of tempting Hamashiach. Why? Because you're saying that you're someone, and, you know, we all know we don't know who actually are the chosen until we actually are picked. You know, it says in the scriptures that, you know, some are going to be weeping and gnashing their teeth because they thought they were doing what's right by the Lord. You know, they thought, you know, Lord, it says in one scripture, you know, Lord, I prophesied for you. I brought people to you. And he says he'll never know you. You know, he never knew you. So what's more important? Is it more important to stand firm in your own opinion and your own thoughts when it comes to Hamashiach? Or is it more important to be humble and know that, hey, you know, this gift that we have of this understanding, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is a humbleness. It's a meekness towards it, to where we can't boast in that. We can only boast in Yahawashi Hamashiach and his power and what he's done. Go back to the scripture. It says, neither let us tempt Hamashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. And, you know, that's a lot of what's going on in Israel right now. A lot of murmuring when, you know, someone may appear to go off or is going off and they get corrected, or they may not have the full understanding of a particular prophecy or a particular piece of the word, and because they have their own opinion and it's strong, that they don't allow their meekness and humbleness to check themselves, they attack others. It says, now all these things happen unto them for ensamples, and they are written for our admonition. I'm sorry. Admonition. I'm sorry. I don't know why I can get that word right. I'm sorry about that. For our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. It says, there hath no temptation taking you but such as common to man. And that's the point I wanted to get to. Temptation is only going to be in mankind. So if you're still being tempted by anything on this earth, you're tempted with your spirit, unless you're walking around here perfect like Yahawashi walked around perfect, even though he was tempted, which we know is impossible to do, because it says no one will be able to do that while they're in this flesh. If you're still being tempted, you know that you're still a man. It says, but Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. And that's the faith that you got to have. That's where the faith comes into play, that the Yahweh will deliver you from all things through his son Yahawashi Mashiach, his blood, his testimony, through the suffering, through the pain of it all. If you go over to the book of James 1:12, it says, blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive. He shall receive. We're not receiving these crowns just yet. He shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord, Yahawashi Mashiach, have promised to them that love him. So I understand having confidence and boldness in the Lord and Yahawashi Mashiach. I admire it, anyone who has it, But we always got to understand, though, we're still men. We're still going to endure temptation, and these temptations have to be overcome for us to receive a crown of life. I don't see no one walking around with a crown of life right now. It says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh, for Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. So we know these temptations come from inside, as it says in that scripture, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. So when you're tempted, you got to know it's from what you built up on this earth and this flesh. If you go over to the book of Hebrews 8:1, and I'll be done after this, it says, now the things which he has spoken, this is the Son. We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens. So that's where Yahawashi is at. He's in the heavens. He's controlling everything through the heavens. He's on the right side of the Father. He's not receiving any more temptations because he's overcome. Look at what we're looking to do. It says, minister of the sanctuary of the true tabernacle, which Yahawashi pitched and not man. So it says, for every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices, wherefore it is of necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer. So it's bringing the heavenly towards the earth and saying, while we're on this earth, we got to be able to offer something, which right now is our gift of service towards Yahweh Yahawashi, out of the fear and the love that we have for him. Because perfect fear, because fear of the Lord creates perfect love for the Father and the Son. The fear that we attain not to want to disappoint our master, is what leads to love, and that's what perfects us. But the perfection that we're talking about, where we're not going to be tempted and we're going to have the laws written on our hearts, is not until Yahawashi Mashiach returns. It says, for if he were on earth, this is the whole point, he should not be a priest, seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law. You see? Who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of Yahweh when he was about to make the tabernacle. For see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to you in the mount. It says, but now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For it was the first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. It says, for finding fault with them, he says, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, when I'll make a new covenant with the house of Yasharallah and the house of Judah, northern and southern kingdom coming back together. It says, not according to the covenant I made by their fathers in the day when I took them to the hand, thinking by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt. So talking about our deliverance that's coming there. We haven't been delivered yet. We haven't been delivered from the hand of Esau. It says, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regard them not, saith Yahweh. For this covenant for this is the covenant I will make with the house of Yasharallah in those days, said Yahawashi Yahawashi. I will put my laws into their mind and write them on their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they should be to me a people. So this is something that's promised. This is something that's being developed. This is something we're being perfected with as we continue to be in these bodies. Yet it clearly states that we're not going to be able to receive that until when? Until we get delivered completely. And right now we're still in the hands of the so-called white man, the nation of Edom. So it's a real simple understanding for those that have ears, those that have eyes. Yet you have some that, like I said, their own opinions, their own thoughts, and the funny thing about that to me is, we all in our own lots. We all are who we were before. There's no changing in that. So we can sit up here and try to defame others. We can sit up here and try to lift our own selves up for the connection we think we have. We can think about all the events that happened to us throughout our whole lives and see the process of us coming into this truth. We can do all that. But at the end of the day, if you're not chosen, you won't be delivered. So live to make your call and election sure. Continue to study out these scriptures. Continue to follow under order. Continue to beg for mercy and deliverance in these last days. And with that, just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honors to all the apostles, elders, teachers, preachers, priests, bishops that came before me that taught me this truth. And I mean everyone, because everyone, when I was in this truth, when I got this truth, helped out with helping me learn, what I learned, But starting with the apostles and elders, a great millstone, I say that because those are the men that have been sticking to the name, sticking to the prophecies, sticking to what the MOTB is, and having switched. If you look at the whole Israelite awakening right now, you got to take it back to those men in One West, no matter who you are. And the men from One West that are still around, that are still teaching sound doctrine, are the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who are the true prophets of Yahweh, Shem Yahawashi, whether you like it or not, because you're going to have some that don't like it because they got rubbed the wrong way, because they don't understand why these men are so bold and confident in the scriptures. Taught by their apostles and elders, they were taught by the men who were awakened first, starting with Abba Bivens, knowing that the Lord can use anyone he wants to, yet he chose a special a group of men to do so, to wake up the nation of Israel again by his choice. And Shalom, peace be to you, to his holy elect, who all this is for. It's only for the elect. Peace be to you. Till next time, Yahweh willing. Shalom.